it's Cherie. I am here to do a demo. I have ordered from this company a couple weeks ago, and I've had a chance to play with all their products, and I had some inquiries because I included them in my favorites, so I thought I'd do a demo and show you all the stuff I got and how it works and how it looks on my face, and then you can go and get some of yourself because it's amazing stuff. The company is called GloryBoon, and I found her, I had seen her stuff on Etsy, but I always like to kind of like refer myself to Etsy sellers for the most part. And I had a subscriber say that she had the best under eye concealer that she'd ever tried and that I should give it a go. So I did. And she sent me 2 foundation samples, and then I bought a concealer, and I love them all. So I'm definitely going to be ordering some full-size stuff of hers. One of the things that super impressed me about her is she sent me, she has 2 concealers. She has one that comes in a stick form, and then she has a pot, like a pot concealer. This one is supposed to be waterproof, so I went for that one. It's a little bit more expensive than the stick, but I am really loving it, so I think it might be worth it. But the first one she sent me, I got it in the mail, and I tried it that day. It has a big thing in it because I wanted to mark it as the one that doesn't work. And so I got it that day and I tried it, and I was like, wow, this is not impressive. I mean, it wasn't bad, it just, it was kind of thin, it was a weird color, it just didn't really do anything for me. So here is a swatch of the one that is like messed up. So this one's just a little bit lighter. It's kind of sheer. That's what I was like, oh, well, how can it be waterproof if it's sheer? And and I didn't say anything to her because since I'd never tried her products, I just assumed that that's what her products were. And so I was just like, oh, well, you know, I guess it goes into the things I gotta use that pile. And she contacted me a couple days later and said that she'd had some complaints about her current batch of her concealer, and she wanted to know if I had any problems with it, and I told her that I wasn't sure, but these were the things that I noticed, and I didn't know if that's how her formula was supposed to be. And she said absolutely not, and she sent me another one, and I am so glad that she did that, because honestly, since it was my first order, I wouldn't have contacted her about it. I just would have assumed, you know, it's just not that great. So this is the one that does work, and it's a slightly different color, which is another thing, but look at how much coverage you get with the one that actually works in comparison to this one. This one is just super sheer. These are both with one swipe. This one is way thicker, way more coverage, way more creamy and buttery. It doesn't have those little skip spots. So I'm super glad she sent me the right one. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with the one that sucks. I might just throw it away. I just keep thinking, oh, there's something I can do with it. So anyway, so she sent me the correct one, and now I'm in love with it. And then she also included in the second order a sample of her powder foundation, and I had already purchased a sample of her cream foundation. La! I'll insert the prices of all these products that I'm talking about up here somewhere, down here somewhere. But I thought I would start off with the concealer, and then I'll do the cream foundation like a demo for you guys, and then we'll wipe that all off my face and we'll do the powder. Alright, so her cream foundation, what's cool about it is it comes in this little, like the full size, comes in this little squeeze bottle that looks like t-shirt puffy paint that you squeeze it out. And I love that because I feel like you can really get a lot of product out of it that way, and it's a pretty good size. I want to say that it's $17. I'll pop it up below. I think the full size is $17, which I think is pretty affordable. Let's have some coffee. But, so she sent me her foundation. I will be honest with you, the first time I tried it, I was like, I don't know. I was a little bit, blah about it. But then, the second time I used it, I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then, the third time I used it, I was like, wow, I kind of love this stuff. And I think it's because the formula, I'll have to look back on her website and see, but it's almost like a cream to powder foundation. It starts off creamy, and it has a kind of a weird texture, and when you first put it on, it looks kind of patchy. It doesn't look like it's sinking into your skin well, but then I think 10 minutes later, suddenly it's like your skin naturally looks that amazing. So it's weird. So the first thing I do is I put on the concealer, and I just dab it under my eyes and all over my ugly dots, and I just use the same concealer for everything on my face. And just pat it under my, let me zoom in so you can really see what's going on here. Oh, scary. I just woke up. It's really overcast and yucky outside. It's 6:30 a.m. So I just pat this under my eye, and I really feel like it kind of brightens up the area. If you can tell the difference between and it covers up my red really well. So I dig this stuff super hard, and it's waterproof. This stuff hasn't creased on me. I do set it with a powder just because I feel like everybody should set it with a powder. But even all of the other under eye concealers that I have tried, even though I set them with a powder, they still suck. And it's also great for covering up redness. I don't know if you guys can notice, but I have red cheek and nostril regions, so I always just kind of dab a little bit on there. Okay, so that's as concealed as I want to be. And I think it has really great coverage. I think it sinks in well to my skin. It doesn't attach to any dryness or anything like that. It covers all of my red, and it really kind of hides my little red dots pretty well, and it really kind of prepares my face for foundation. So now we're going to put the foundation on. I also love the name of her products, and all of her full-size packaging looks really sleek and professional. I love it a lot. Alright, so it comes in this little like paint tube, and I just use I think this is a concealer brush. Yeah, well, pointed foundation brush. But I just kind of dip it in, and then I just wham it on my face in random areas. And what's cool about this foundation is you can really build it up. You can start with a light application. I do a light application a lot of times, like during the week if I'm not really going anywhere. I'll just do a really light application, and it just kind of evens out my skin tone and kind of sinks in. I'm in Fair Light. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this color is Fair Light. So I just kind of tap it all over my face, and then I rub it in with my hands. Just really lightly. Not for perfection, because I'm going to use my blending brush or sponge, whatever those things are called. But the formula is super, it feels super thin but creamy at the same time. It's the weirdest formulation I've ever put on my face. If it has the consistency, like when I touch it, it feels kind of like a little bit thicker than a BB cream, but the coverage is now it's starting to dry, and it's starting to kind of get that cream to powder kind of finish. I actually don't even think I need the sponge. Let me back this up. So I'm not even going to use my sponge really, maybe a little bit. Ooh, I reorganized everything, and now I don't know where it is. Dexter. I'm just going to spray a little bit of George's Aloe. I don't want it super saturated because it'll pick up my product. Now, I like a little bit more coverage on my cheeks, so I always, no matter what foundation I'm using, I go back and I put a little bit on my cheek right here, just because I feel like my redness really comes through. And I'm just going to dab it with this. So I feel like the fingers really do great for this application. The sponge works if you've got like concentrated amounts of it in any area, but it does kind of, at least for my sponge, it does kind of pick up a little bit of the product, so it'll kind of take away from its awesome sauce. Now in her, on her website, she says that you should use her, if you want a matte finish or a, you know, just a little bit more coverage, you should use the foundation with her powder foundation. So I'm going to try that. This is the first time I've tried to do that. But let's see what it looks like, and then I'll do a just her powder foundation application. And I gotta say, I'm super impressed by her powder foundation. I'm probably going to get a full size of that. Let's see, what's this? I don't know. We'll try this brush. I don't want a super heavy application. Wow. I might be sold on both of these together. This is amazing. I don't even know if it's coming off on camera as good as it is on my face. But I might. Could I have found two Holy Grail products in 1 week? Could that be possible? Alright, so that's the liquid foundation topped with the powder foundation lightly. It really mattified my skin, and I feel like it really made it like even and flat. But anyway, so I'm really impressed with this. This is good. This is good. So I might just buy all my face products from her from now on. I feel like it really gives me a flawless natural finish. This is something I would wear every day and at night. It's a good color match for my skin, I think. So I'm definitely going to buy the full size of both of these products. And I already have the concealer, so I'm impressed. So what I'll do now is I will remove all of this, and then we will do just the powder, and you guys can see what it looks like, just the powder. I'm super excited about this combo. It's like my whole life has changed. Okay, I'm back. I wiped off all the foundation, and I did reapply the concealer under my eyes, but I didn't put it all over the rest of my face because I want you to really see what kind of coverage you get from this foundation. But anyway, so I really wanted you to see like what kind of coverage you get just from the powder in itself. I have been applying it with this EcoTools flat buffing brush, I think it's called. My face is a little redder than it usually is because 1, I'm wearing a red shirt, and 2, I just rubbed the crap out of it. So, but this is the brush I use. And so far I'm super impressed with this foundation's coverage. So I just put a little bit on and then I just buff. Okay, so this is a side-by-side light application. So this is the side with the powder. I missed the spot. This is a side-by-side with the foundation. This is the side without. And it really does, that's just with one light coat, cover up my redness pretty well. I'm still going to build it up because I like full coverage. But this is something that I could wear if I'm in a rush to get out the door. I just want something light. I don't have anything else on my face. Like, just, we're done. Because you can really tell, like, how red my cheeks are and my blemishes, and I'm not wearing any concealer down here. And look how well it covered it up. So I'm super impressed. Let me get this other side done. One full application on both sides of my face. Look how much different it is in redness from before. Amazing. This is a really light coat. I can't say enough good stuff about this. I'm going to try and build it up a little bit because I like a little bit more full coverage. So let's see if it can handle my problem areas. Bam. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know if I could say that I like the foundation cream or the powder better. They're both amazing. Let me show you what it looks like in the container, just because I want you to be aware of something. Hold on, I'm spilling everywhere. Don't waste it, don't waste it. But the powder foundation, yeah, this is a sample, but it has a slight shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see that. And it doesn't really transfer so much on my skin. Like, I don't feel like a glitter stripper, but it definitely gives me a nice sheen. I feel like it gives me a nice sort of inner glow. I really kind of like that sparkle is in there. I didn't think I would at first. When I first saw the sample in the jar, I was like, oh, glitter. But I really like it. It gives me just like a nice little, I'm a fairy princess inside kind of feeling. So I love both of these foundations so much. And I think I'm going, this is my problem with foundations. I'm in search for the Holy Grail. And every time I think I find one that's awesome, I find another one that's awesome. So I am now completely off of the last one that I thought was my Holy Grail. And now these two are. So I am going to be ordering the full size of both of these, and they're going to become my everyday in either combination or singular. I just cannot get enough of her products. So now that I am so impressed with these 3 products, I want to try all of her line. So I will link her down below, and I hope you guys go check her out. She's amazing. She's super nice. If you have any questions about her stuff, she answers you really quickly, and her prices are affordable for the product that you're getting, and I'm in love. So go out there and get you some. Let me know what you pick out. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.